It should be this. I think it should be good. Bitrate's in the green, which is fantastic. And stable at 4400. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. I think we should be good to go. We just need to reconnect my on-screen chat. Lumia's not having it. Hold on. Restart Lumia. And then it should be fine. Should be fine now. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. And then this time let's test out this one to see if it goes through. Okay, we should be good. Yeah, we should be fine. Pop out. Boom. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, we should be fine now. Now we just need to refresh everything, just to be sure. This is not the usual time I stream at, by the way. For Mondays, at least. Yeah, normally it is, like 2 hours earlier, but, some friends were on, so we were just chilling. And so I pushed the stream back a little bit, but we should be fine. Yeah, we should be fine. But boom. Alright. One more check for this one. Okay, yeah. Well, we should be fine. Sorry about that, chat. There's a lot of stuff to check. But we're fine. We're fine. Netwalk. Yeah, sure. We can get into the Thieves Union. Don't know what it does, but it does something. Let's make sure that we actually calibrate where I'm looking. I think we're good. Oop. Oop. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. And then we just start the recording here, and then ba-boom. We're good to go. Alright. Yeah, we're fine. Now, let's continue where we left off last week, right? So last week we left off at a very particular point where we were not that far ahead, just, you know, going through our phone and just talking back and forth before going to sleep, you know? So yeah, actually, let's see if I remember. Let's see if I remember this, because I don't know if I will or not. But let's see. お前のスマホに入ってるある赤い something. I don't remember. I actually don't remember this word, but I know it means like the red eye something. This is when we use our phone. We gotta translate it in real time. Oh yeah, medama. That's the weird word that we learned last time. So akai medama means red eyes. So not red eye, red eyes. Akai medama. Okay. Akai medama no yatsu da yo na. So he's asking if we've gone into the Red Eyes app on our smartphone, or if it's like attached, I guess. Let's see how the phone translates it. Let's see how the phone translates it, because I am not sure. I'm not entirely sure. So. Oh. The translation makes no sense, just so you know. Let's try deleting a little bit. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. The thing that's on your smartphone, the red eyes one. Yeah, I would say that that's pretty not accurate, but like it's understandable at least. Let's continue and see if we can get some context. お前のスマホに入ってるあれ、赤い目ダメのやつだよな。I'm having a brain fart. I actually don't. I'm not entirely confident in my own understanding of the sentence, but I do know that they want us to choose like either 何のこと like what are you talking about, or そうだ that's right. So what are you talking about, or that's right. I'm actually gonna go with the top one because listen, I need a little bit more context here onto what he is talking about anyway. So 何のこと what are you talking about? あの変なナビだよ。What was Nobi? Is that how you say app in Japanese? It can't be, right? Because I don't know. I learned a different way. I learned that apuri. But I mean, I learned that from ChatGPT, so like, I mean, I could be the one in the wrong here, to be honest. Let's see what the phone has to say. Nobi. What does Nobi mean? Navigation. Okay. That makes way more sense. Also, thank you for the likes on TikTok. I appreciate it, guys. And thank you for all the hearts. But yeah, navigation, Nabi. Okay. That makes way more sense. Ano hena nabi da yo. So that weird navigation. You still talking about the red eyes application? So I wonder what the next one, the second sentence means. Itara kana. Tsukattara. Right. This is if you use it, right? Tsukattara henna basho itta yo da. Basho itta yats. If you use it, so if we use the application, right? Hena basho, weird place. Itta, went. So this just confirms that he is talking about the Red Eyes app, Akai Medama, which is, I still can't get over the fact that Medama is a word. It's so weird. But maybe that's just because I'm learning Japanese. It's one of those like weird words that you're like, ah, this doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, let me reread this. Ano henna nabi da yo. Tsukattara henna basho itta yatsu. Yeah. So it is. It actually is definitely the he's talking about the app that sent us to a weird place when we used it. Actually, that's actually a better word for this. Tsukattara, instead of if, it when. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't remember. I didn't remember that tsukattara can also be when, not just if. But let me confirm that with the phone. always gotta confirm, you know? When you're learning a new language, you always have to confirm. That weird navigation system, the one that took me to a strange place when I used it. Yeah, so when? So scout, is it even tsukattara? It is. Tsukattara. Also, once again, thank you for all the likes on TikTok, guys. I appreciate it. Also, welcome in. Let's go on. Let's go on to the next one. 俺のにも入ってた. Does that mean that like he also got an app on his phone? Or does that also mean that like he went with us to that other world? I don't know. Haiteru is a weird word. To the best of my understanding, right? Haiteru is either when something exists, right? Like something is like on a piece of paper or on your phone, or it can be like when you enter a place. So the thing that's tripping me up is the no ni mo. I don't get that grammar. That grammar is new, at least to me. I don't know if it's new for you guys too. Also, if no one understands Japanese, that's fine. I'm just learning Japanese with games, and I'll try my best to explain anything that comes up on screen. And if I can't understand it and I can't explain it, we'll use Google Translate, and then we'll move on. That's just how I learn. It was in mine too, is how the phone translates it, by the way. Okay. Wait. What if we take... What if we tell our phone to translate both the one above as well as the one below? Does that change anything? Because context matters. It might change something. It is. It stayed the same, by the way. it still says it was on mine. It was on mine too. So mo I know means two, so like as well, right? Ore no I assume means his, because when I think of no, I think of apostrophe s, like if it's Mike's water bottle, right? Mike no water bottle. That's kind of how you use that grammar in Japanese. So that's kind of why I translate no as apostrophe s. So I assume that this means that ore no means his. And then ni is the state of things. So, actually, do I want to explain it that way? Let me think. Ni. Ni. And no, I don't mean your kneecap. So let's see. Apparently it translates to two at, in, into, on, or upon. Like once upon a time. Yeah, I guess I guess I'll still not translate, but like I'll explain ni as like no, I won't. Let's just say ni is like location based, right? It's a location grammar word. It's a location grammar. So in this case, the location that we're talking about is his phone, right? So his, and then location. His location is how I'm thinking of it. So that kind of makes sense that this translates to his phone, right? Ore no ni, and then mo means as well, and then haiteta, it was there too. Like it was downloaded on his phone. Ireta oboe ga ne. I think that's how you read that, right? Let me make sure. I don't know kanji, guys. I'm sorry. I definitely know how to listen more than read. So I like these streams where I can just kind of see the words and translate them at my own pace, because I definitely know more words, at least when people speak to me, than when I read it on a piece of paper. Ireta oboe ga ne. Yeah. And that literally just translates to I don't remember putting, like, I don't remember downloading that. That's literally what it translates to. So, ireta is the same thing as haiteta up here. I'm just translating that to downloaded because if I were to translate that directly, it would be like something weird, kind of like inside my phone, similar to that. So I'm just for clarity's sake, ireta in my brain is being translated to downloaded. And then oboe means to remember. Ga is just a grammar point, so it's whatever the next word is, that's what we're talking about, or not talking about, but that's what is being affected. So ne is the same thing as no or not. So what are we saying not to? We're saying not to remembering that we downloaded it. So yeah, ireta oboe ga ne. Definitely a fun one to say. What are our options? First option. Kimi ga warui. Kimi ga warui. Kimi ga warui. I don't know what kimi ga warui means, but like off the top of my head, even though my phone is saying it's creepy, it doesn't ring a bell. It actually doesn't ring a bell. And then what's the next one? Suguni something. Suguni means immediately. Kese. Oh, that's how you say delete? Okay. That's so interesting. Normally I hear that word in anime for like turning something off. Like turning off a light or turning off a candle. But it also can mean delete? That's interesting. Suguni kase. Kimi ga warui. I need to look at that one again. And the reason why is because I'm not understanding kimi. Because normally kimi means you. But obviously it's spelled differently when you mean you for kimi. So let me see. Kimi means feeling in this case. Okay. Also, if you're wondering why there's so many words in Japanese that like sound the same but are used in different in different contexts, like completely different contexts, think of it like English, right? In English, what's a good example? Maybe you guys can think of some, but like if I want to say that I rode a bike, right? Maybe a new learner, a new English language learner, would get confused with the fact that actually that's not a good example. Hold on. What is a good example? Oh no, Twitch, I'm sorry. There's ads coming in like 5 minutes. What is a good example? I guess my immediate like knee-jerk reaction would be to go to like slang, but I didn't really want to go to slang. This isn't really a slang thing. It's more of like just different context, right? Like this is bad. There is an example that I'm not gonna use, and it is slang. But anyway, let me just explain it without thinking of an English alternative. But Kimi. Can I spell that somewhere? Can I spell it somewhere? It would be nice if I could. No, let me just talk about it. Let me just put it this way, okay? In English, we write it the same way. It's used in different contexts. In Japanese, when it's used in different contexts, it's written different for that context. That is the easiest way that I know how to explain it. So even though kimi, the word for you, and kimi, the word for feeling, sound the exact same, depending on the context, it's a completely different word, and it's written completely differently because of that. So yeah, kimi ga warui. That's a new one. I'm gonna have to remember that. Kimi. Kimi ga warui. Should we go with kimi ga warui or sugu ni kese? Should we tell them to delete it, or should we just tell them that we have a bad feeling? What do you guys think? Should we tell them we have a bad feeling about the Red Eyes app? The one that transports us to a different location, a different place, a different world? Should we tell them to delete it? Should we tell them to... that we just have a bad feeling about it? Which one? If no one responds, I will move on in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go with immediately delete it. Sugu ni kase. Sugu ni kase. Saki. Okay. That is a new kanji that I don't know how to read. Also, I'm sorry, Twitch. There. I'm sorry, Twitch chat. There's ads coming in 20 seconds. That is a new kanji. That bottom... This bottom row, right? That is also new. Oh wait! I just noticed. Same kanji. Kese? Keshita? I'm guessing that's what that means. さっき消したんだけど So he just deleted it not too long ago. And he says but, and then I don't know what comes after the but we're gonna translate the entire thing just to make sure that I am reading that correctly in Japanese. Saki keshtan da kedo. Yep, I read that correctly. Katsu. That's a new word. Katsu shiten no yo. It's reappeared. Katsu. Okay. It's reappeared. That's weird. Wait. So he deleted it not too long ago, but it reappeared. Okay. Saki keshtan da kedo, katsu shiten no yo. Okay. So he can't delete it. What a weird app. What was eyes again? Midama? I think it was Midama. Akai Midama. And then this one, I know the second sentence. Download sareru no ka? Download sareru no ka? I don't know the first sentence though. So let's see. Cut the knee. So cut the knee, I would translate that as on its own, or like just something happened unexpectedly. That's how I translate it. Something happened unexpectedly. Whether it was somebody else, or maybe like it did it on its own. Who knows? Like it just unexpectedly did it. So 勝手にどっかでダウンロードされるのか。So unexpectedly from somewhere it just downloaded by itself. Now that translation might not be 100% correct, but it's like the closest we're gonna get. I think. Yeah. I think that's the closest we're gonna get. こんな知らねえで使ったら I don't know this word. But it says すぎるだろこんなん知らねえんでThis is where Japanese gets very confusing for me. When they start dropping the original word and like using it in like and not slang, right? But like Japanese is a very special language in that they don't shorten things like we do, right? Like they instead of saying like where are you going, right? They don't do that in Japanese. They don't do where you going. So the best thing that they do is sometimes that they just drop like they just drop like a whole like half word in there instead. So sometimes in my brain, instead of them saying where you going, sometimes I hear where going, and I'm like, did I just miss something in the middle? Like, what the heck did you just say to me? Yeah. It's this is one of those sentences. and that's just me needing to get used to the language more, I think. But yeah, let's see. What is this word that I didn't know? Abuna. Oh, I know that word. It's from abunai. Abunai means dangerous. So abuna sugiru means too dangerous. Sugiru means too much. So abuna sugiru, too dangerous. Now konnan is where I get confused. And the translation says, using something like this without knowing about it would be incredibly dangerous. Using something like this. Well, I know that kon, the first two come from kore or kono, which means this. I know nan comes from the word nani. So this what? Yeah, I guess I could translate that to something. Konnan, something. Yeah. That makes a little bit of sense in my brain. Now, I don't know if Japanese use it like that or not. I'm gonna have to encounter it in more context in order for it to like get through. But for this situation, right? Konnan shirane de. So konnan shirane. Something I don't know. Yeah, something I don't know. That is... that is kind of right. Also, Japanese does do this thing. When they use like words like something, they're not saying something as in like they don't know what they want to like put here. They're using it in order to say this is a continuation from what I just said previously. So not knowing that it can download by itself, using something like if you use something like that, it's too dangerous. That's kind of how I'm translating it in my head. But yeah, konnan shirane de. What is de doing here? De. I kind of imagine your pointer finger pointing at something, right? De. That's where it happened. De. So if you like come home and you're like, and if you're asked like, oh, where were you? And then you're like, oh, with my friends, right? With, you can point at your friends. Day. Friends Day, right? You're pointing at your friends. Boom. So yeah, that's why I think of de as like your pointer finger, like you can point at it. So if you wanted to go to school by bus, you could say bus day, because you can point at the bus. So yeah, that's how I think of day. But in this situation, I don't know what we're pointing to. Like obviously we're pointing at the fact that we don't know. That we don't know something, right? But like my phone is not being very helpful right now either. All it says to me is konnan shiranai de means I don't know anything about this. which isn't wrong, right? But different context. It's not what I want. So maybe if we include skattara, so if we include a little bit more, maybe it'll give me something a little bit better. So it says if you use this without knowing what it is. I mean, I guess I can see, because skattara is if you use. I can kind of see this coming from konnan, right? Because as we talked about earlier, the first part it comes from the word this, right? This is a tricky one. We might have to skip this one, honestly. But at least we know that he's talking about if you use something that if something like this downloads on your phone without your knowledge, and if you use it, it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to use. Yeah, we'll just skip it for now. I'm gonna keep that in mind, konnan. けど、それがあれば、あの変な場所に行けるんだよな。I'm surprised I'm able to read all that. Now, do I know what that means? Not on the spot. Let me think about it. Before I translate it, right? The first word means but. これが this あれば if there is. Now, this if there is doesn't make sense in English, but it makes sense in Japanese. あの変な場所, so that weird place, me, because we're going to that weird place, 行けるんだよ, have you gone? Have you... I guess he's asking, have I gone since the last time we went together? Now let's see what it actually translates to. But with this, we can go to that strange place, right? Oh, okay. I completely disregarded the na. The grammar na. Yeah, he's asking. Okay, got it. Got it. But if there is this, right? If there is this app, we can go to that weird place again. Okay, that makes sense. けど、これがあれば、あの変な場所に行けるんだよ。Yeah, that makes perfect sense. そうらしい。It seems that way, or そうなのか。Oh, is that how it is? Let's actually see if that's how the phone translates it, because that's how my brain translated it. It seems so. Yeah, that's right. That's the first one. Sorashi, right? Seems like it. It seems so. Seems like it. Yeah, same thing. So nanoka. Is that so? That's what the phone translates it to? So nanoka. I mean, I translated it to, is that how it is? Instead of, is that so? I mean, Similar thing, similar feeling, I guess. Close enough. そうらしい。そうなのか。I'm gonna just say そうらしい because it already seems that way to me. It really does. Let's see. What is this sentence? Can't read that. This seems familiar? Can't read that. I know that this alone means kata or whole, so kind of like it kind of means like a way something is used, or like the method to using that thing. Something similar to that. Don't know what these mean. They're all new to me. Yoha. Yowa. That's not Yoha, that's Yowa. I guess the phone even gets something's wrong now and again, huh? Yowa. Tsukaikata. So, tsukaikata, the way you use it, right? Tsukaikata shidai ka. It depends. I guess. It depends. Shidai. Okay. Shidai means it depends. That's a new word. I've never seen that. Also, yo. Yo is also new. That is definitely a word that I would personally use a lot, but I know I'm not gonna remember because it's too simple. Like, yo. I can't think of a way to remember it easily, but yo, I guess, is short for hello. Yo. I mean, I guess that's a way to remember it. Yo wa tsukaikata shidai ka. Shidai. I'm not saying she died, by the way. I'm saying she died. It just happens to sound like she died, okay? She didn't die. Yo wa tsukaikata shidai ka. Okay, depends how you use it. In short, it depends how you use it. Got it. Soreyori. So now he's moving away from that. I've already explained Yori, but I guess I can re-explain it for you guys. I gotta think of it like a fraction, right? So like, imagine this box being a fraction. If you like ice cream more than pizza, right? Ice cream would be up here. But in Japanese, well, it's gonna stay up here, right? Ice cream is gonna stay up here. It's the reason I put it as a fraction, right, is that if we say the sentence, right, I like ice cream more than pizza, right? The order is backwards in Japanese. So in Japanese it would be I like pizza yori is the fraction, right? More than yori ice cream. So, pizza, yori, ice cream. Yeah. That's why I think of it as a fraction, because I could replace the English with less than, but like at that point, I'm just having to rethink about the entire way that I'm thinking of that specific sentence. I didn't want to go through that, so I just think of it as a fraction in my head, and then whatever comes before yori goes at the bottom. So sore means that is going to be at the bottom of the fraction. Sore yori mazu wa. So first, this is what we have to do first, and it's more important than that, right? So sore yori mazu wa something. I don't know this. Let's see. Let's see if my phone can save me. Taibatsu. Taibatsu no shoko da. Shoko da. Okay. Taibatsu. So evidence of corporal punishment is what it says. Of course I'm not gonna know that. Nobody learns that as their first new words in a language. Who learns evidence of a corporal punishment? What is this? What is taibatsu? Taibatsu is corporal punishment. So we're skipping that because I'm not gonna remember that. I'm never gonna use it, first of all. Second of all, like, if I ever wanna, like, if I ever come across it again, right, I'll just use my phone. So bye bye taibatsu. Thanks knowing you, corporal punishment. Goodbye. Taibatsu no shoko da. Shoko is evidence. That is actually something I would use. So shoko da. Shoko meaning evidence. Da meaning it's just the way that you end sentences in Japanese. So more importantly, we need evidence of corporal punishment. I think he's talking about how last time we went in, we kept hearing screams, and he might want evidence of that going on. I think that's what he's talking about. Now, this next sentence, I actually don't know either. But let's see what I do know, right? I don't know this. I know shiteru, of course, because hiragana, not kanji. Kara na is also like this whole thing, apart from this one first character, is hiragana, so I can read all of that. I don't know this. I think this is yasumu, which is to like rest or have a day off. Yasumu janezo. That is the only thing I can read. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what it actually says. I'm counting on you. Don't skip school. So, yasumu normally means day off, but I guess in this context, it can actually mean to have like to skip school. That's funny. It is so funny. Tayori ni. Okay, so tayori means to rely on. That's the first word. Tayori ni shiteru kara na. Normally I translate kara as because, but I don't think that makes sense in the sentence. At least for English, right? For the English portion of it. English is always the problem with translating, by the way. It's never the Japanese, it's always the English. Whatever you're translating into is the problem. So now we gotta make it make sense. I'm counting on you is super easy. Tayori ni shiteru. That is it. That is your I'm counting on you. And then karana. Which I have no idea how to translate, so let's see if the phone does it for me. Karana. Oh, that's a good way. Got it? Yeah, like I'm counting on you, okay? Or I'm counting on you. Got it? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then gakko. Technically I should know this word. I've never seen it written. So I've heard it before. I've used it. I've just never seen it written. Gakko yasumun janeyo. Sorry, not yo. Zo. Gakko yasumu jane zo. So that's how you say skip school, huh? Don't skip school. Yasumu jane. Jane means it. Jane comes from janai, which means no or don't. No or don't. In this case, don't. Yasumun jane. I'm gonna remember that. Also, let's save. Hi. Save shiteru. Modoru. Because we're about to go into the velvet room. And also, I'm sorry to chat. You guys have ads coming up again in a minute 20. What is this word? Something got something. No. I think this means isekai? Is this isekai? Well, anyway, I know this word, sekai. I just want to know this first character. I don't know if this is isekai or something else, but this means sekai. Sekai no se daro. Let's see. I want to know what it was saying. Karada. I know that word. I actually know that word. I just don't know many of these words that are written. So this is exciting. Also, Twitch chat ads coming up in 10 seconds. I'm sorry. But karada ga tsukareteiru. It kind of sounds like tsukarete, tsukao, tsukatte. Yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of. Tsukatte. Tsukatte. It kind of sounds like the word use. Tsukatte. But this is tsukarete. Tsukarete. Oh man, I don't like it when words are too close together like that. It confuses my brain so much. The difference between them, by the way, is tsukatte, right? There's a pause in between. This one has no pause. This is tsukarete. And tsukarete means that you're tired. Yeah. So tsukatte, use. Tsukarete, tired. So karada ga tsukarete iru. So my body's tired, my body's exhausted, right? And the next line, isekai no sei daro ka. Oh, so it is isekai. So isekai literally means other world, by the way. I'm sure many of you guys know isekai, like the anime, right? The anime genre. If you watch a lot of isekai, you'll know that the main protagonist is always transported to another world. So yeah, kind of fun to see familiar words written in full-on kanji, right? Isekai. So one thing that I used to do is I tried to put the letters to each kanji. I don't do it this way anymore. It's kind of good and bad. It depends, right? It depends on the word itself. But in an old habit that I used to have, isekai, I would actually like write down that this one is I, this is SE, and then this last character would be KAI. I don't do it this way because yeah, it's useful if there's another word that uses it. But if there isn't, you're just remembering something that doesn't make sense. So the way I do it now is I just remember the actual word. So for example, these two characters together make up the word sekai, which means world. If I ever see these two kanji in another word and it has the same reading of se or kai, right? Then that is when I would actually bother to remember, okay, so if I see this word in this position in the word, then it means kai. But unless that happens, I don't bother to remember. I just bother to remember the entire word. So in this case, this is the entire word, the entire word is isekai. Isekai. So other world. So by the way, ano means that. So ano isekai. So that world. Ano isekai no sei. So it's the fault of the other world. Daro ka. Daro is kind of like a thinking. Daroka, I should say. Daroka is it's something you use when you're talking to yourself, like you're thinking about something, like, oh, should I get pizza? Right? That's when I would use it in that sentence. Oh, should I get pizza tonight? Daroka. That's how I would end that sentence. Should I get pizza tonight? Daroka. That way you get familiar of like which context to use that in. Now, I actually don't know if this is like something that is specific to gender roles. I don't know if only guys can use this, but he's male, so keep that in mind. So like, if you are a girl, there may be a better suited word for this, but I mean, hey, I would use it. I would use it, get familiar with it, and then if you find out, hey, there's a better word, use the new word. That's what I would do. Or you can just look it up. Actually, let's look it up right now. Let's look it up right now. Darouka. I know you guys can't see my other screen. That's on purpose. But let's. I will talk about what I am writing. So, is darouka? Actually, we'll say can girls use darouka? Or is it masculine? So darouka can be used by girls, but it's considered masculine or neutral. Got it. So it's darouka is probably better for guys to use, because if you're a girl and you accidentally say it, it's like a rip, you know. A better word for girls to use is kashira. So you just take the last word right here, ka, and then you just add shira. So I wonder if I'm gonna get pizza tonight. Kashira. Kashira. There is a polite version of this too, by the way. The shouka. That both, I know both genders can use. But kashira is definitely a better word for females to use. I'm kind of glad I looked that up, honestly. But yeah. I mean, if you're a girl and you want to go ahead and use this, you can think about it. Like you can use it when you're talking to yourself. Just don't use it when you're talking to somebody else, right? If you're talking to somebody else, kashira. And don't worry, if you make mistakes in Japanese, they'll know that you're not Japanese, obviously. So they'll have more leniency towards you. So now we have the option to sleep, neru, or mada nenai. So I can be like, I don't want to go to sleep yet, but I'm gonna sleep, neru. We want to sleep. We want to go to the velvet room. We want to go to the next day too. Oh. Oh, welcome to the velvet room. Okay. Oh, by the way, he uses very polite mannerisms, so he tends to be a little bit more difficult for me, because I know more informal Japanese than formal, so there may be a lot of words that I just kind of gloss over because I don't know them. But yokoso, welcome. Velvet Room A. To the Velvet Room. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Boom.
今宵はいつぞやの話の続きをと思ってな、呼び出させてもらった。
Okay, he wants to continue our conversation. That's clear because Hanashi. Well, Hanashi and Tsuzuki. Tsuzuki means continue, so continue conversation. I don't know what anything else is on the left side. Omotte na. Yobi dasasete moratta. Yobi dasasete. Does that mean that like he called for us? Let's see. This is when the phone helps. Tonight, I'd like to continue the story from some time ago. I was called. Oh, when I was called. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. I retranslated it, and it says, tonight, I wanted to continue the conversation we had some time ago. That's why I asked you to come here. So he did call us. He did call upon us. He only calls us when we're asleep, though. That's what I've noticed. Koyoi. Koyoi. I've never heard koyoi, by the way. Koyoi, I've heard konya. Konya is tonight in my brain, but koyoi. Koyoi. I don't know how common koyoi is, so I'm gonna skip it, and if I see it again, I might make a note of it. But in a different context, right? Not this context.
どうだ、この場所には慣れてきたかね。
I'm guessing he's just asked me if we've gotten used to this place, right? Because he said, どうだ. What do you think? Or how? Normally I would translate どう as how, but he's specifically asking for our thoughts. So I would translate this one in specifically as like, how about it? Or how are things? この場所には慣れてきたかな? So, yeah. Have we gotten used to this place yet? That's what he wants to know. 慣れてきた. So, we've gotten used to it? Or something else. I don't know what that is. Who was the second option? Don't be stupid. No, there's no way that's what that says, right? Don't talk nonsense. Okay. Well. Oh, okay, yep. I just saw the Japanese. This is how you write baka. Baka o yuna. Don't say nonsense. Don't say stupid things, I guess. Don't say stupid things. Baka o yuna. He's very polite, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm actually gonna say that I've gotten pretty used to it. Narete kita. そうだな。
ほう、それは結構。
そうだね。
さすがに肝が据わっていると見える。
I need him to say that one more time to me.
ほう、それは結構。 さすがに肝が据わっていると見える。
I think that says I think the first line says, "Oh, that's pretty good," or something like that, or like that's good. Like us getting used to this place is good. And then sasugani means as expected. Sasugani, something mieru. We're definitely gonna need our phone for this one. Oh, that's good. You certainly seem to have a lot of courage. Sasugani. Kimo. Kimo? I don't know Kimo as courage though. I only know Kimo as like gross or creepy, right? It comes from the word kimoi, and if you don't know, when you shorten something, it's like a human reaction to shorten it, and because it gets shortened, it becomes a louder comment, a more significant comment. It's like putting an exclamation mark next to it. So if something is kimoi, right, creepy, or like or whatever, right, kimoi, and I didn't really expect to say that, but I see something like really gross to happening, and I'm like kimo. It's like a unexpected gross surprise, I guess. It's also why one of the words that I learned kind of sounds like another word in English, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the shortened version. I will say the longer version though. Nigai means bitter. So if somebody is unexpectedly tasting something bitter and is like super surprised about it, you can expect that they're going to take off the I, and it kind of sounds like a word you shouldn't say, but I'm not going to say it on stream. I will say it off stream. I'll say it off stream all I want, because it's part of the language, and that is that. But on stream, I won't say it. Nigai. Nigai. And then there's also kimoi. 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 Don't go abusing that power, by the way. Let's see. Sasugani. Kimo ga suwatte iru to mieru. What does that mean? Suwatte iru to mieru. He uses a lot of like, I don't want to say strange. I don't want to say strange language. I want to say he uses a lot of big words that I don't understand. Okay, so if I cut down on that, right? If I go to the root cause of my confusion of kimo, what does that translate to? Kimo, translates to liver. What? Is that how you say courage in Japanese? You call somebody a liver? Oh, you liver. You are a liver. You got the courage. It actually is! Okay, so that one I actually won't bother to remember because kimo is a body part, but it also means courage. It's kind of like in English. When I was younger and I learned guts, and I was so appalled. I was like, why does everybody say I have guts? Like, that is gross. But no, it has a second meaning. It's got the courage meaning to it. Got a lot of guts, kid. You got lots of liver in Japanese. Kimo ga ippai. That means a lot of liver, by the way. Let's see, what other source of confusion was there? There was also sawatteiru. No, suwatteiru to mieru. Suwatteiru to mieru. Urururu. Urururu. It looks like it's sitting down. What? Does it not make sense when I break it down? Also, tomieru. It's starting to sound similar to soul to me. Soul dane. Except the formal way of saying soul dane. Tomieru. Oh, it actually is. Suwatteiru is to sit. So then maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it's sitting liver? Is that how you say that you have guts in Japanese? You got guts, kid. He seems to be very level-headed. Let's break it down more. Kimo ga suwatteiru. He has nerves of steel. That's what it translates to. I don't know if that's right. Okay, so obviously Kimo ga suwatteiru is a saying. So there's going to be no right translation for it. And I'm going to get a lot of crazy translations like he is level-headed, or he has nerves of steel, or he has the courage, right? I'm just going to keep this in the back of my mind. Kimo ga suwatteiru. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right where learning phrases is in my brain, because sayings are just that. They're just phrases that people say often. And so far, we've seen it in this one context where he wants to say that it's good that we've gotten used to it. And obviously he's offering words of encouragement. So, let's continue.
お前の個性はひいては滅びの運命を退けるため、そのようなこと一人の力ではならぬ。
I didn't understand. I'm telling you, the Velvet Room is so hard. It is so hard. It like imagine, right? Learning a language. and then you skip all the beginner level stuff and then go straight to learning corporate level speak. It makes like zero sense to you. Kraken, thank you for redeeming first. You are the first today. No matter what anybody else says, you're first. Hello. Welcome in. Let's see. So the first sentence says, your rehabilitation is ultimately to avert the fate of destruction. What the heck does that mean? Also, the second sentence says, such a thing cannot be accomplished by one person alone. Well, let's try to read some of the Japanese at least. Omae no kousei wa. Kousei, I have no idea what that means. So yeah, hello Kraken, welcome in. I appreciate you always watching the stream. Very kind of you. Also, I'm glad you enjoy some of my streams. I'm sure you don't like enjoy every single one, right? Like that's kind of impossible, but I'm glad you enjoy some of them. Enough to support me through all of them. Or maybe you do like all of them, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm judging. I'm sorry if I'm judging. Let's see. Kousei. Kousei means what? What does kousei mean? Well, let's skip it for now. Omae no kousei wa. Hiite wa. Horobi no unmei o shirizokeru. Not a Persona fan, but that's okay. Also makes it hard when I don't understand what is happening, but that's kind of the point. Yeah, that is the point. This is also why I don't make the entire week me like reading stuff, because it kind of it's kind of hard for people to follow. But I mean, yeah, I am trying to read as much of it in English as possible. So far, the events that led to this point are we saw an opening of our main protagonist, this guy right here. I think his name is Ren. I forget names easily, but I think his name is Ren or something. But I'm just gonna call him Joker because that's what they called him. Joker was apprehended, and he's being questioned by the police. Meanwhile, while we're captured by police, he's like thinking upon, back in his past about like how he got into the situation, and we're at the point where like we've gone to school, we've gone to the otherworldly school that's like super evil and stuff, but we've also gone to like the real world school, which is like super normal and basic, but like there's this one teacher that's like super creepy and stuff. And then we just finished like our second day where I guess the other character that we were with got his powers, and now we're here. Now we're here. Side note, he did talk to us on the phone. He texted us and said that he got a weird red eyes application on his phone, the same one that sent us to the other world, and he can't delete it. So there's that. You're pretty much caught up because I'm going at a snail's pace since it's all in Japanese. And I can't understand it. But yeah, let's see. Don't know what Kosei is. Hite wa horobi o unmei o shirizokeru tame. So unmei I know means fate. Horobi I assume means destruction because it sounds awful. You only get to this point when like you know enough words in Japanese. You kind of like get a feeling for like what sounds good and what sounds bad. but horobi, it sounds awful. It sounds like something we don't want. So that's the first sentence. Let's see if we can go through some of these words. Rehabilitation, kosei. Rehabilitation. Okay, so rehabilitation is kosei. Because if we delete this, right? It goes away, right? It does, kosei. So, omae no kosei wa, so your rehabilitation. Hite wa, don't know what that is, but it says ultimately. So I'm going to assume that's what it means, ultimately. Hite wa. Let's type it up. Let's type it down here. Right. Yeah, let's. Oh wait. You don't even have to type it down here. We can just do the good old enter. Boom. You guys can't see this because it's my phone, but I am putting it on a separate line. Oh, can I not delete it? Oh no. I will say, the more I play this game, the more of a fan I'm becoming. This game is very interesting. I really enjoy it. It is very anime, first of all, which I love anime. But second of all, it feels very engaging, which I guess is like the point of story games, but like what the? It didn't translate it. Do I have to put da? Da is how you end sentences in Japanese, by the way. It's like when people say period, right, in English. You kind of have to say that every single time you want to end a statement in Japanese, and that is how you use da. The formal way to end a sentence, though, is different. Desu or masu. Depends on the word, but it's either desu or masu for formal. Oh no. It won't give me the word now. Hite wa. What if I put it down here? Maybe if I put it... It won't work. It won't let me. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I need it. I need it. I keep saying hitea, and that makes no sense to my brain. Hite sotate wa. Without the wa, it means therefore. That is interesting. So, hite without the wa means therefore. With the wa, It means ultimately. Okay. What's the rest of this say though? Horobi no unme. Horobi no unme. So, fate of destruction. Yeah, horobi definitely means destruction. Unme means fate. Yeah, I don't think there's a better translation than that, honestly. I think that's the best translation we're gonna get. Shirizokeru. 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 Tame. I know tame is... How would I translate tame? Let's think of the actual word tame ni, because that's how I learned it first. Even though ni is just like the grammar. I think it's just the grammar. But anyway, tame ni. For the purpose. Yeah, that's a good translation. For the purpose. So technically in this sentence you don't need to put for the purpose. For the purpose of, you can just say to. You can just shorten that to the word to. T-O, and then you'll be fine. Because it'll make sense in English. But yeah, just know that it's for the purpose of. That's what tame is doing. Tame is this word that I'm blocking on the screen. How do I not block it, chat? Yeah, right there. Tame. Yeah. Tame. Yeah. Right there. Tame. So I'm gonna guess that Shirizokeru is right here. It is the 3 characters after O. Shirizoke, and then I'm blocking it again, but it's right there. Shirizokeru before the tame. But yeah, Shirizokeru, I'm assuming means to avert. To avert. Because O, whatever comes after O, we're doing to this whole sentence right here, right? So ultimately, fate of destruction, O. So we're doing everything to that, and it says to avert the fate of destruction. That is the translation it's giving me. So I'm going to assume that Shirizokeru means to avert. That was a big word. Can you believe that one kanji holds the entire Shirizo? That's a lot of syllables. and then to get the keru, it's just ke and then the ru right there. So Shirizokeru is insane. I don't like it when Japanese does that, but it's part of Japanese, so long words are to be expected. But listen, the only reason I don't like when Japanese does that is because obviously I don't know enough words in Japanese that my brain could just be like, oh yeah, I've seen that kanji before, yeah, that makes total sense. I'm not to that point yet for this one specific word that's like super long, shirizokeru. But yeah. そのようなこと、そのようなこと means such a thing. Yeah, such a thing. Yeah, that's actually what it means. Such a thing. That's a good translation. And then the last sentence is 一人の力ではならぬ。So, 一人 means by yourself. I actually don't like the translation by yourself that much, but like, is there another word that we can translate hitori to? It just means one person. Hitori just means one person, and one person is yourself. So yeah, by yourself. The reason I don't like it is because there is another word that I learned, jibunde, which is what I also translate to as jibunde, by yourself. But I guess I could translate jibunde to doing it yourself, right? Doing it yourself, to do it yourself. Yeah, I think that's better, jibunde. So yeah, by yourself, hitori. Hitori no chikara. So your own power, like you by yourself, your power by yourself. And when we did learn that. That is just a pointer. Remember that. If we're able to point at it. In this case, we're pointing to our own power, right? Jibunde. So with our own power. Wa. That is what the whole sentence is going to be about coming up. And it's narunu. Can't be accomplished. Yep. That whole sentence just to say it can't be accomplished with this one word, narunu. You gotta love Japanese. The crux of the information is always at the beginning, and then well, the context is always at the beginning, I should say, and then the ending is just like what we did to that whole context or information. So it can't be accomplished by one person alone. Just to make sure, I'm going to isolate naranu, because I've never translated it by itself, and it says it means that it won't happen. So, yeah, can't be accomplished. Makes sense. Naranu. And I'm assuming that's formal because this guy is very formal in his way of speech.
だが今日お前は同じ力に目覚めた隣人と協力の約束をしたな。
約束をしたな。Wait, how does he know about the other person that awakened? The only reason I know what he's talking about, even though I don't know this word right here, is because the whole thing before it gave me the context. So, onaji means same. Chikara means power, so same power. Onaji chikara ni mesameta. Mezame? I don't know if it's ze or se, but mezameta means to awaken. So to awaken the same power, and the sentence before that gave me more context because it says daga hyo, but today, and that kind of hinted me as him already knowing that somebody else awakened, which is the guy we were texting earlier. Let's see, let's translate this just because there's a lot of words that I want to know. So the full translation, according to my phone, says, but today you made a promise to cooperate with your neighbor who has awakened the same power, didn't you? Again, I don't know how he knows this, but he somehow knows this. This Velvet Room guy is insane. He's got all the information. Crazy. Daga, kyou. So, but today, omae wa, you. Onaji chikara. We already know that. Mezameta. So it is a Z, not an S. Mezameta. Mezameta. Rinjin-to. Rinjin-to. What is Rinjin-to? Does that mean cooperate? Wait, does that mean cooperate? I want to isolate that as much as possible. I might have to get rid of... I have to get rid of the comma that it had, because this comma kept putting it together. I don't know. It's doing the exact same thing. It's putting it together. Oh, Rinjin means neighbor. Okay. Rinjin means neighbor. Okay, so, let's see what the rest of it says. Rinjin to, so with your neighbor. Kyoryoku, so cooperate is kyoryoku. That's interesting. Kyoryoku no yakusoku o shita na. Yakusoku I know means promise, so we can skip that. And if you didn't know, it's this word right here. That's how you spell it. Yakusoku. So, I do notice that I'm blocking a lot of the chat though, which is kind of sad. Can I duck in a way that it can show you guys the rest of the sentence? No. I can't. Well, let's see. I can just move the, I can just move my person for a little bit. A little tuber. Yeah, like that. Ba-boom. So, Yeah, 協力 is new to me in the spelling, not the word. I've heard 協力 a lot. 協力の約束をしたな。した just means to do, by the way. To do in the past tense. した That's super easy to remember because it's a hard TA instead of a hard ED, you know? "協力の約束をしたな." So you promised to cooperate. Didn't you? That's what this sentence says. Okay, so that is so cool. Rinjin. Rinjin might be actually a good... Yeah, that might be a good word to learn. Rinjin for neighbor. Rinjin. I'm not gonna remember it, but it is a good word to remember. So this word comes from the exact same word as this, and we already knew that this means yaksuku, so this means yaksuku. And this, do we have any same kanji for that? No, we don't. So we gotta translate this. We gotta translate it. And then it says Ryuji. Ryuji no koto ka. So are you talking about Ryuji? Give me a second, guys. Okay. So we can either ask, what promise? Yaksoku? Or we can say, Ryuji no koto ka? Are you talking about Ryuji? And I think he already knows the answer, so I'm gonna go with, are you talking about Ryuji?
他者と関わろうとすることは公正にとって重要な足がかり。大いに結構だ。
That's a lot of words I didn't understand. Wow, okay. Let's see, do I recognize any of these? No. I recognize this one. This one I recognize too. Don't recognize this one at all. So, wow, that's a lot of words I don't know. All in one sentence. Let's see if we can go through it. Tasha. Tasha to. Who is Tasha? Do we know a Tasha? Well, let's read the translation first, right? So, the act of trying to connect with others is an important stepping stone towards rehabilitation. That's excellent. Oh, so that's what he means by rehabilitation. So he's talking about... But, hold on. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. The rehabilitation is him closing himself off to others. Okay. So that's what he's talking about. This is getting more and more interesting the more like we go through it. Like he's not just in the Velvet Room for no reason. Like he's actually here to be rehabilitated. Presumably. So let's see. Tasha means what? Tasha wa nani? Well, actually, Tasha tte nani? Tasha tte nani? Nan no koto? Tasha da. The act, maybe? Wait, if we erase this, right? Does the act go away? It does. It does go away. Tasha. Tasha. Let's do this word by word, okay? Hold on, I'm supposed to ignore the cat. He has everything, by the way. Don't think I'm ignoring him to ignore him. Like he actually has everything. My parents are taking care of him. It's fine. Okay, so Tasha means others. I don't know why I can't get Tasha on my keyboard though. Because when I write Tasha, it doesn't appear. It legitimately doesn't appear. Like Tasha. Let's write that again. Yeah, it just doesn't appear. What if I put to? Tasha to. No, it doesn't appear. So, I don't know how they get Tasha on a Japanese keyboard, but it doesn't appear on mine. But yeah, Tasha to something. Tasha to... Kakawaro. 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 So, kakawaro. Tasha to kakawaro. To. Oh, okay. Tasha to kakawaro to. So get involved with others. Suru koto wa. Surukoto is to do, right? So to get involved with others. What's the bottom one? This bottom one needs to be translated as well. Kosei. Okay, so Kosei, that's the second time it's appeared. Rehabilitation. Kosei. So maybe we do have to remember this. Kosei. Kosei. Also, Twitch chat, I'm sorry, but you guys have ads coming right now. I'm so sorry, Twitch chat. I do appreciate everyone for sticking around, though. It means a lot. It does mean a lot. I appreciate it. So, rehabilitation. Thank you, Kraken. Thank you. Kosei. Kosei means rehabilitation. We need more than that. Nitotte. Nitotte. So, nitotte means to, concerning, or regarding. So I guess we can actually translate nitotte as like we can just go with to, right? Or not to. I'm speaking Japanese when I'm trying to speak English. We can just go with to, right? So like, oh no, I guess we can also go for rehabilitation. Yeah, for or to rehabilitate. And then this next word right here is the one I'm on now. Juyo. Juyo is important. Juyo na. Juyo na. When it has the na, that grammar is specifically for... It's specifically to connect two words together. So I kind of just ignore na in this situation. So, juyo na. Ashi gakari. Ashi gakari. An important foothold. Okay. So, juyo na ashi gakari, an important foothold. So an important foothold for rehabilitation. Got it. That makes so much more sense now. And then oini. Gekko da. Oini gekko da. That's perfectly fine. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Oini. What a strange word. Oini. I kind of remember this as dai. So let me isolate this. Oini greatly. Oh, die. Okay, so this must be one whole word because when I eliminated ni, it split off into two words. It split off into this word and this word. And this word means nothing. So, oini is probably that. Let me see what he says.
他者と関わろうとすることは構成にとって重要な足がかり。大いに結構だ。
大いに結構だ。Right?
他者と関わろうとすることは構成にとって重要な足がかり。大いに結構だ。
Yeah. He says 大いに。
他者と関わろうとすることは構成にとって重要な足がかり。大いに結構だ。
Yeah. 大いに。I'll be back, chat. Okay. Let's go on to the next one.
だが慣れ合って共になれと進めているのではない。
Oh, I think he just told us that not everything is about getting used to it. I think that's what he said. Let's see if I'm right. Because I actually do think that's what he said. Ah. However, I'm not suggesting that you becoming overly familiar and becoming friends... I'm not suggesting that you become overly familiar and becoming friends with them. What? Okay, I guess he's not saying to become friends with them. And that's the end of that. Daga, we already know means but. So that's all well and good. Nareate. Nareate is familiar, right? Nareate. Let's see. Nareate. Okay, so Nareate tomoni literally means to become overly familiar friends, or I guess to become friends over time, I think. Let me do one last check on that. I don't think that's what it means, right? Yeah, getting used to each other and becoming friends. So he's not suggesting to become friends over time. He's just saying like, hey, like you should go interact with people in general. Okay, that makes sense. Nareate tomoni nareto. Nareto means what? Naruto means to get used to. Okay, so this is still a continuation of this. Nareate tomoni nareto. So getting accustomed to each other and becoming friends over time. That is literally nareate tomoni nareto. Okay. And then the last bit is what? What is the last bit? Susumeteru no de wa nai. So I am not recommending. Okay. So I'm not recommending you to get used to each other and becoming friends over time. That is such a weird thing to say, but yeah, I get what he's trying to say.
生々な友情などではない。磨きや心情によってお前に力を加算とする者たちの王は。
Okay. What is this? Oh, that is a lot of words I don't know. That is so many words I don't know. Namanakana. 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 Yujo. Namanakana. Yujo nado de wa nai. What does that mean? Superficial friendship. 生中な友情などではない。Okay. So that's what it means. 生中な友情などではない。生中な友情。Half-hearted friendships. Okay. Superficial, yeah. Superficial, half-hearted, same thing, right? 生中な友情。So that is this whole thing right here before nado. That is superficial friendship. So he's talking about how it's not a superficial friendship.美学や心情によって。According to aesthetics and beliefs. That's what that means. 美学や So 美学 probably means aesthetics. 心情 probably means beliefs because I do know that 信じる means to believe. 信じてくれ that I've heard that a lot. 信じてくれ it means believe me please. 信じてください 信じてください Well, you don't have to believe me, but anyway. によって so I didn't know that によって means according to. Okay. So yeah, that's new. That is definitely new. What is this, what is the second half? Omae ni, right? Omae ni is you. 力を so power, right? 力を something. We're doing something to power. 力をカシさんと So we're lending our power because kashi means to lend. Kashi-san to, I assume means like the lender. Maybe not. Let's isolate that. Let's go with an isolation. 力をカシさん It means I will lend you my strength. Okay. So then at what point does it stop being its own word? That's what I want to know. So if I put it from chikara all the way to suru over here, it says I will lend you my strength. Chikara o kashi-san to suru. So I guess that's the formal way of saying it? Maybe? And then what is this last little bit here doing? Monotachi. Monotachi no wa. Circle of people. What? What circle of people? Monotachi no wa. Monotachi means people, apparently. And Monotachi is from here, for those that can't read. From here, all the way to here. So these three characters are Monotachi. So yeah, it means people, and then wa means circle. Yeah, it means ring. Wa. It means ring, circle, loop, hoop. Loop hoop. Anyway, wa. That is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. So, all in all, let's go back to the translation, because it says a circle of people who are willing to lend you their support, not out of superficial friendship, but out of aesthetics and beliefs. Okay, so he started out by saying not a superficial friendship, and then he proceeded with saying according to aesthetics and beliefs, to us, lend us their power, a circle of friendship, I guess. Circle of friendship, yeah. So a circle of friends that will lend us our strength. Got it. That's what we need. More people.
言うなれば居場所を奪われた者どもとの絆だな。
What? Yunareba. Yunareba. So that's how you say in other words. Okay. So in other words, Yunareba. And then this means basho, I think. So what does this say? What is this in front of basho? Ibasho. Okay. What does that mean? Ibasho o ubawareta. Ubawareta. I know ubawareta means to be taken away. So ibasho probably means like the place they belong to, right? Their place. Ibasho o ubawareta. So taking away their place. Ubawareta sha domoto. Domoto? I don't know what domoto is. Hold on. Interesting. Okay. Ibasho. Basho o ubawareta sha domoto. Domoto no kizuna da. Adana. So, in other words, it's a bond between those who have had their place taken away from them. So, I guess we're bonding over about one guy has done to us, you know, the one teacher in the other world. Because it's not in this world, it's in the other world. It's not in the real world, it's in the other world, it's the castle world. It's a bond between those who have had their place taken away from them. Interesting. 居場所を奪われた Those who have had their place taken away. Those whose place has been taken away. So, 居場所を奪われた者ども that's what that translates to, but I want to know what Shadomo is. 奪われた者ども Those who were stolen. 奪われた者 The one who stole. Okay, so if it ended at Sha, we would be talking about the perpetrator. But when we put Shadomo, we're talking about the people who had their places taken away. So okay, so Shadomo adds a layer of complexity I did not think about. That is interesting. Dono. What is the last thing? What is the last word? Let's see. Kizuna. Okay, so Kizuna means bond. Now, wait, that makes so much sense for the anime Kizunaiver. Because they always say Kizuna in that show. Okay. I didn't think it was ever going to appear other than that show, so I never bothered to learn it. But here we are. Kizuna. Kizuna だな。
その広がりがひいてはお前自身をも育むことになろう。
ひいては Hitewa means ultimately, I think. I also don't know these words other than omae. Yeah. I don't know those words. So let's see. その広がりが that expansion, well, ultimately, so eventually, ultimately is hitewa. Hitewa is like eventually or ultimately, right? Omae jishi no mo 育むことになろう。What's that mean? What did I just read? Omae jishin So omae jishin, I think, is how you say this block is what I'm reading. Omae jishin, I think, literally just translates to you yourself. Yeah, you yourself. I guess you could translate that to you. I don't know what omo means. This one right here, omo. Hagukumu. I know this means, not this means, this reads, because of the translator, right? I know that this reads, hagukumu koto ni naro. Now what that means, no idea. I'm full of no ideas, okay? But, let's take a look at what it means individually. Hagukumu koto ni naro. So it'll nurture it. Okay. Hagukumu. And then together that means that expansion will ultimately nurture you as well. Got it. So that's why we need more people, so that we can nurture our own power as well. Oh, I know that. So persona's the power of your heart.
あなたを取り囲む絆が強くなれば、それだけペルソナも力を得るでしょう。
I heard Kizu, so maybe injury or scar or something. So she's talking about our bonds, right? Let's see the translation though. The translation is, the stronger the bonds that surround you become, the more power your persona will gain. So, anata o torikakumu Kizuna. Oh, okay. I get where my oh, sorry chat. Sorry Twitch chat. You guys have ads coming in 30 seconds. I'm so sorry. What was you trying to say? Torikakumu. Yeah, torikakumu Kizuna. Kizuna is what I mistook for injury, because kizu means like a scar or like injury or something of that nature, which is why I think that word confuses me. That's where my hearing is like not as great, because I don't know this word enough yet. But kizuna ga tsuyoku nareba. So if our bonds become stronger, torikakumu probably means the surrounding bonds, right? Torikakumu kizuna ga, yeah, our surrounding bonds. それだけペルソナも So with just that, persona as well, 力を得るでしょう。得るでしょう。What does that mean? Wait, I've never seen that. Eru. Eru desho. You will gain power. Chikara o eru. Chikara o eru, gain power. Okay. So now I know. That's very similar to Naru though. Naru? Nemutai. You know?
町には非力な貴様にはない才覚を持った者が数多くいる。
Again, I didn't understand a thing. Didn't understand a thing. I know that I know that her name is Carolina. Carolina. Oh shoot! My phone is telling me that I'm wrong. Did it copy incorrectly? That is the question. It seems like it did not. Which probably just means that it's auto-correcting it because maybe they use something else. Let's see what they use. What is it that they change in the correction? Oh, I see. They just literally changed this one thing from motta to motta. They literally just add a kanji for it. That is the only thing that they do, yeah. It's the only thing. There are many people in the city who possess talents that you, a powerless individual, do not have. Okay. Machi. Machi ni wa. So, machi ni wa is town. Or city, I guess, in this case. City. Hiriki na kisama ni. Hiriki na kisama ni. Wait, I remember that. Kisama? Where do I remember that from? I don't know. I don't remember. Hirikana kisama ni wa nai? Well, let's stop it there because that's the end of that sentence. The city has things that you, with your lack of power, don't have. So, if I get rid of Nai, that gets rid of lack, I know that, because Nai is not. Let's further separate these so that I can actually tell what is going on here. Okay, Hiriki means powerless. That's where I was getting confused. Okay, so Hiriki na kisama. Kisama is just like a rude way of saying you. So, Hiraki. By the way, that's where I remember it from. It's from anime, Kisama. But Hiriki na kisama. Hiriki na kisama ni wa. Hiriki na kisama ni wa. So, the us that is powerless, right? That is basically what the first sentence is saying. So what is the second portion of the sentence saying? There are many people with exceptional talents. So, 才覚を持った者が So, exceptional talent. People with exceptional talent is 才覚を持った者. And that goes from here to here. Yeah. Um, 才覚を持った者が数多くいる。数? Let's get rid of the last word. A person with talent. Okay, so 才覚を持った者が So a person with talent. And then I guess the last word is what tells us that there are many people that have talent. Yeah. 数多くいる。数多くいる。Yep. 数多くいる。Many people. Many people.
せいぜい知恵を絞って味方につけるがいい。我々がそれを力に変えてやる。
What's this one? Do your best to use your intelligence to win them over. We will turn that into power. Okay. Seizei. So do your best, Seizei. Therapeutic. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Even more or less because listen, I'm doing it in Japanese. I'm playing through this game in Japanese and just trying to learn Japanese through it. I don't know any Morgana. Actually, no. Actually, I do know a Morgana. It's the cat. It's the little cat, right? Morgana's the little cat. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, but it just clicked. It just dawned upon me. Alrighty. Later, therapeutic. Appreciate you for stopping by. But Seizei probably means do your best, right? Do the utmost. I think. At best, yes. Seizei literally means at best. Seizei. Seizei. Chie. Chieを絞って。知恵を絞って。Oh. Weird. Ah, 知恵を絞って味方につけるがいい。つけるが。I don't know what that means. I'm getting lost in the sauce at this point, chat. Chiyeを絞った。知恵を絞った味方につけるがいい。And that literally means Do your best to use your intelligence to win them over. What word means intelligence? I don't know. Oh wait, actually I know. Let's break this down. Let's think about the words we do know. That's the best place to start, right? Seize, do your best. Chio shibotte, don't know that. Mikata ni, that means Mikata means like ally, right? Ally, people on our team. Mikata ni tsukeru ga ii. Tsukeru ga ii. I don't know what tsukeru ga ii means. Tsukeru ga ii. Oh no. Let's see. I'm trying to isolate that word. Tsukeru ga ii. I think I just have to delete everything. Tsukeru ga ii. Attach it to attach it. Tsukeru. Okay. So I guess that's how you tell or say have more people on your side, right? Like tsukeru, right? They're attached to me, right? Win them over to my side. Okay, so what does the rest of that sentence say then? The middle part, the one that we don't know of. Chio shibotte is the part that I got confused on. Using our ingenuity. Using our intelligence. Okay. So Chio shibotte is using our intelligence. Let's see. So the first sentence says, do your best to use your intelligence to win them over to your side. So seize, do your best. Chi o shibotte, use our intelligence. Mikata ni tsukeru, so to attach allies, right? To turn, to win them over, right? To win people over to our side. Ga-i. Ga-i literally just, it's good. That's the ending. Ga-i. So seize chi o shibotte mikata ni tsukeru ga-i. So it's good if we win people over to our side using our intelligence, and we gotta do our best to do that. So seize. Seize. Okay. We can finally move on to the second sentence, the one that the one that isn't as long. So the bottom one. Wareware ga. So we. Wareware is literally we. So wareware ga. Sore o. Sore is that. So what she just talked about is that. Sore o. Chikara ni. Kaete yaru. Kaete yaru. What is kaete yaru? I don't know what kaete yaru is. So we will turn that into strength. Kaiteyaru is turning it into something. Okay, so that something is chikara, strength. We will turn that into strength. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on. Oh no! Dreaded tutorial. We won't spend any time translating all of it. We'll just use our we'll just use whatever the translator says. And then we'll move on, because this has nothing to do with the story, okay? What is a co-op? A relationship of trust with collaborators. A co-op refers to a relationship of trust between individuals who share common goals and whose interests align. You can find potential collaborators with whom you can form a co-op relationship in places like schools and around town. Okay, so we literally have a relationships thing that we can go up around. We go up and do a around town and school, I guess. We need more friendships. Okay. And then it says, if you can gain trust by visiting the store many times and improve your usefulness, you will be able to form a co-op relationship with your friends and the people of the town. Okay. And then, it says to check the list of people you have a co-op relationship with and the depth of your relationship. From the menu, please select cooperation. And it shows us a picture of that. Cooperation. Okay. Right there it says menu and cooperation.
そう。この私ですらも利用する心構えでなければお前の対岸は果たされない。
Okay, so that's how it is. Or I guess that's right. That's right. この Oh, thank you for the leg salad. I appreciate it. Also enjoy your cat nap. I know you don't have work tomorrow, but I'm sure you want to get up early. You might have forgot to raid you. I'm probably not gonna do a raid tonight unless more people join the Twitch thing. I always feel bad raiding when there's only like one person, you know. Also, you're good. I always forget to raid. You can ask Kaz. Literally, Kraken said it in chat too. He's literally said it in my chat. He's like, hey, we should raid this person, don't forget. And I forgot. The person in question was swimming, by the way. I don't know why I censored that, or why I didn't say that in the first place, but yeah. You did the same thing last stream. Kraken reminds us, and then we just don't do it. That is our bad, Kraken, like, completely our bad. Rip us, yeah, exactly. Bad rating, no rating. Bad no rating. Alrighty, have a good night, salad. We might have to do some DVDers tomorrow. I don't know. Oh wait, no, I'm busy tomorrow. I forgot. Rip. Wait, do I have anything on Tuesday? I don't. You know what that means? DVD tomorrow. That's what that means. Yeah. DVD. You have D&D? DVD. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. I can do DVD by myself. You can join for like part of it, I think. Anyway, good night. This guy says, "So, この私です。ですらも。ですらも? What? この私ですらも。I've never heard ですらも. In Spanish, by the way, ですらも means actually, I don't know if that's what it means in Spanish. Hold on. Desramo el árbol. Does that sound like that? Like that would be used there? I don't know what it's called in English, but you know those people that like, they like cut trees, but like before they cut. Actually, no. That's a bad example. You know those people that like trim the bushes and stuff, and there are people that trim the trees so that the trees don't get too big. That's what desramo is. Desramo is the people that cut the trees so that it doesn't overgrow. Specifically, not the trunk itself, right? Obviously, but specifically the branches. Yeah. So when I read this Ramo, it just sounds Spanish to me. I don't know what this means. I know desu. Desu is just an ender, an ending word. This Ramo, something suru. 心覚えでなければ So if I can remember something in my heart お前の something は something されない Yeah, very helpful. Time to translate it all. Time to translate it all. So, okay, so it translates to, yes, even I must be prepared to be used if your great ambition is to be fulfilled. Wait, we can actually become friends with Igor? I mean, Igor. Igor. That's nice. Igor. I guess I guess that's why この私で Desuramo. I guess that's what that means. Like even I must be prepared, you know, like he's also joining us. Let's delete that until we get to that point. I want to isolate that. Yes, even I. この私ですらも. Okay. "この私." Okay, so desramu means even. Desramo means even. So even this I. That's the direct translation of この私ですらも. Let's see. What is the next thing though? So, 利用する心構えでなれば. Oh, so this is not oboe. This is not to remember. Okay. Interesting. Ryo. Ryo is easy. Ryo is, well, I guess ryo suru is to use it. And then kokoro ga kamaete. Kokoro ga maede. I'm just gonna delete the second sentence for now, just because it's confusing me right now. Kokoro ga maede nakereba. It's not a matter of mindset. So if we delete this word, ryo, let's put that back in. The yo oh, do I need like another I? Ryo. I don't know how to spell ryo. How do I get it to come back up? Ryo. Whatever. Highlight it again and then go back into the translator. Ba-boom. Oh, that's why. It's because I had... I thought it was a double I. It's not a double I. It's a double O. Got it. By the way, Twitch chat, I'm so sorry, but you have ads coming in a minute and 20 seconds. So, a minute, 20 seconds. I'm so sorry. So, ryo suru, you must be prepared to use it. Ryo suru kokoro ga mae de nakereba. So, I must be prepared to use it. To be prepared. Kokoro ga mae de. Kokoro ga mae de. So if I break it down to just kokoro ga mae de, these four, right? Kokoro ga mae de. If I just break it down to that, it is literally translated as with the right mindset. So yeah, I guess that could be translated to be prepared, right? Yeah. Also, Twitch chat, you have ads coming in 10 seconds. I'm so sorry. But yeah, kokoro ga mae de. Kokoro ga mae de can, in this specific situation, it could be translated as prepared. That is true. That is actually so true. Kokoro ga mae de. Kokoro ga mae de. So, ryo suru kokoro ga mae de nakereba. So, I had to be prepared to use even him. He himself. The Velvet Room room master guy, Igor. And then the next sentence, right? The last part of this sentence is Omae no taigan. Omae no taigan wa hatasarenai. Don't know what that is, hatasarenai, but your greatest wish will not be fulfilled. What the heck? That's pretty negative. That is pretty negative, not gonna lie. Why does it say that? Omae no taigan wa. So, taigan is greatest wish? Hatasarenai. Hatasarenai is not won't be fulfilled. So then let me do the whole 2 sentences. Okay, so that's why there's a nai at the end of this, because there is a nakereba right here. Nakereba is kind of weird. Nakereba, if there is a nakereba, I think of it as if you don't do it, then this won't happen, or then bad things will happen, right? So if we're not prepared to use even he himself, our greatest wish will not be fulfilled. So in other words, we're making this whole thing a negative, but in reality, he's giving us a heads up, like we have to be prepared to use even he himself, Igor, if we want to if we want our greatest wish to be fulfilled. That's such an interesting sentence, by the way. Such an interesting Japanese sentence.
契約成立だな。
契約成立. What? Keiyaku Seiritsu. Keiyaku Seiritsu means contract concluded. Oh, wow. That was easy. We got Igor on our side. Or maybe he did a thing. I don't know. What do you do? Igorからの期待を感じる. Okay, so we can feel the expectations from Igor. That's what that means. So he has high hopes for us, and I kind of don't want to let him down. Not gonna lie. He's been nothing but nice to me.
我は汝、汝は我。汝、ここに新たなるちぎりを得たり。ちぎりはすなわち、囚われを破らんとする反逆の翼なり。我、愚者のペルソナの生誕に祝福の風を得たり。自由へと至るさらなる力とならん。
I don't know what that is, but I heard a bunch of words that I recognize and a bunch of words I didn't. Oh, shoot! We got cooperation for... Is that the mat? We got cooperation points from someone. And now we have... Wild talk. Wild talk. Why? Wild. What? It's so hard. It's so hard. Wild talk. Wild talk? Is that what that means? Why? My tongue breaks, bro. Wild talk. Okay. Wild talk. Wild talk. Oh, we also got Arcana Burst. Okay, Arcana Bursts.
Yoshi.
Performance. What does that say? Relationships that develop the power of Persona's full co-op has lifted the ban. Okay, cool. Igor taught me the ability of wild talk. Wild talk. Wild talk. Igor taught me what? Igor taught me the ability of Arcana Burst. Okay, yeah, we already knew that. Arcana Burst. Yo, tutorial again. Co-op members have various skills and abilities which are called co-op abilities. Okay. The depth of trust between you and your allies is called your co-op rank, and increasing your co-op rank will unlock co-op abilities. Okay. Pressing tab in the cooperation menu, you can have you can check your Arcana attributes, co-op rank, and what co-op abilities you have. Okay. Nice.
まあ時が経てばおのずと飲み込めよ。引き続き構成に励むがいい。
He has more to say. And some of it I didn't understand. Some of it I did. Something about time, something about this. Okay, let's read the translation first. With time, you'll naturally come to terms with it. Continue to work on your rehabilitation. And remember, we did learn earlier that rehabilitation is him closing himself out of the world. So he's trying to come out of a shell again by talking to people, not necessarily becoming friends with them, but definitely having some sort of communication with the outside world. So we gotta talk to more people, and maybe we'll become friends, maybe we'll become acquaintances. I don't know. Only time will find out, I guess. Ma. Well. 字が立てば字が立てば So with time is that Toki or G?
まあ時が経てば
時が
おのずと飲み込めよ。引き続き構成に励む。
Okay, so Toki, that is Toki. まあ時が経てば with time. Anozu, what is anozu? Anozu 飲み込め、anozu と飲み込めよう。な？飲み込めよう。飲み込めよう。飲み込めよう。Come to terms with it is what it says. のずと飲み込めよう。Weird. I'm trying to think. Because, okay, so 時が経てば so as long as there's time, right, we'll come to terms with it. 時が経てばあのずと飲み込めよ。飲み込めよ is the one that's weird. That's the one that's throwing me off because 飲み込めよ kind of sounds like something is eating away at something, right? 飲み込めよ。 At least that's what it sounds like to me. So if we get rid of anozuto, let's see what nomikomeo actually is. Nomikomeo is, it can be swallowed. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like something eating something else. Like anozuto. What does anozuto mean? Anozuto means naturally. Anozuto nomikomeo. So okay, so you'll naturally become able to swallow it. I guess that's their way of saying it. I guess that's their way of saying the English phrase to stomach it, right? When you can stomach something, you can put up with it, right? That makes sense. Nomikomeo. I won't remember that because it's definitely not one I'm gonna say a lot. But anozuto, naturally, meaning naturally, that word seems very useful. Anozuto. Anozuto is probably one I want to remember. And then the second sentence, hikizuki, continue something. I know Suzuki means continue. Let's see. Hikizuki. Okay, hikizuki, continuation is what that means. So for a long continuation for a long time, hikizuki. And if we get rid of that, we can go on to the next word, which is kosei. Kosei was our rehabilitation, right? So kosei, we definitely need to remember because they keep bringing up a rehabilitation. So kosei ni hagemu. Hagemu ga ii. Hagemu is to strive, I guess. Well, hagemu ga ii is probably to strive. Hagemu by itself, I don't know. We're about to find out. Oh no, it literally just means to strive. Okay, hagemu, strive. Ga ii, ii, right? It's good to do. It's good. Ii. So if, for example, like, if somebody was like, "Yo, Swift, you want to grab a bite to eat?" Eel. Yeah, I'm good. Let's go. not I'm good as in like I'm good, I don't want any. Like, I'm good. Let's go. Let's go. I'm good to go. Eel. Hagemu. Okay. Let's do a whole translation again, just to see what like it even translates to. Well, with time you'll naturally come to terms with it. Continue to work hard on your rehabilitation. Okay, so hagemu. What was hagemu again? I forgot. I said too many words and I forgot. Hagemu. To strive. Right. To strive. Okay. And then anozuto, naturally. Got it. So Let me say it one more time in English and then we'll move on. Or not English, sorry, Japanese, and then we'll move on. 時がたた時が経てば、ずっと飲み込めを引き続き後世に励むがいい。Nice. Let's hear him say it one more time too.
まあ時が経てばおのずと飲み込めよ。引き続き後世に励むがいい。
Okay, I can kind of understand him now. I understood half of what he said. It definitely didn't like all register, but that's just the Japanese learning journey.
さあ話は終わりだ。とっとと下がれ囚人。
下がれ。she said that the talk's over. It's about time you get out of here or something like that. We'll translate it though. I just don't remember what tototo it means. Tototo sagare. Sagare is to stand back, but I guess like in a way she's asking us to leave, right? Anyway, here's the translation for what she just said. Alright, that's enough talk. Get out of here, prisoner. Yeah, sounds about right. さあ、話は終わりだ. Yep. That's enough talk. That's a good translation. とっとと. I don't know what とっとと is. So let's see. とっとと. Oh, get out of here quickly. とっとと下がれ. とっとと. Okay, quickly. Okay. とっとと means quickly. The more you know. 囚人. Okay, that's a word we have to remember too. 囚人 means prisoner. とっとと quickly. 囚人 prisoner. I probably won't remember those because I'll be busy remembering on Nozuto. But the next time we come across this, I'll probably have some inkling in the back of my mind. Hey, that is insane. We finally get through to the next day.
入学早々球技大会とかかったるくね。
Okay, and this is actually where we're gonna end it. Because it's been 3 hours of streaming, and I usually just do 2. So, I think that's how we're gonna do it. We're probably gonna do like, probably like one stream with slow parts, one stream with Velvet Room, one stream with the castle, stuff like that. And then we'll play it by ear. But yeah, I'm gonna start the recording here because that is, well, actually I won't stop the recording here because it's gonna go on YouTube anyway. But if you guys enjoyed, and you're new here, please make sure to follow and subscribe, depending on where you're watching from. And then, if you want more Persona, I always stream Persona on Mondays. I actually won't be... I'm very close to having a VODs channel. I'm just working on it at the moment. So, if you want to know my schedule and any one of our other people that stream on there schedules, you can go to our Discord, and you can find that on Twitch or YouTube. You can always find that on other platforms. The link to my YouTube and Twitch if you're not on there. But yeah, I will see you guys probably tomorrow, honestly. There's a chance that I won't, but yeah. Anyway, If I don't see you tomorrow, we do have Temtem on Wednesday, I think. I'm pretty sure we have Temtem Wednesdays now instead of Temtem Thursdays. Yeah, Temtem Wednesdays. Oh, and if you want to watch Kaz, he does his thing tomorrow. His streams are on Tuesday, so I would appreciate it if you went and supported him. Anyways, I will see you guys very, very soon. Alright, good night, bye bye.